Hey guys and gals, it's me today Rocket, and today we're going to be reviewing the Angry Birds movie 2. So I used to be a huge fan of Angry Birds back when I was younger. Of course I played the games, and I also made a little series right here on this very channel known as Paper Angry Birds, which is surprisingly a very popular series that I made back when I was younger. So of course I have watched the first movie back in 2016, so naturally I will watch the sequel here in 2019. So yeah, without further ado, let's review this. So let's get into it. Wait, what in the world? Uh-oh. Okay, I think I'm in the clear. We've been gone for far too long, Daniel. And now that we're back, we're gonna... Wait a minute. Does anybody remember what we're supposed to do? You're the leader, you're supposed to know. Yeah, but all of you guys were there with me when we were talking to that guy. Wait a minute, what guy are you talking about here? Oh yeah, this guy named the Interrupter who wanted us to do something for him, but I forgot what it is. Look, since you guys are all upset that you haven't been in a video in a while, why not you join me in this one? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Sure, why not? Well, okay then. So, without further ado, again, let's get into it. Get into what? So, yeah, today we're gonna be reviewing the sequel with, these fellas. The Paper Angry Birds. So anyways, of course, as always, we're going to start off with a non-spoiler review, and then we're going to go on to some spoilers. So to start off the non-spoiler review, I want to talk about the first film, because I didn't make a review on that. So overall, it was actually pretty accurate to the source material. They did their best they can to, make it as accurate as, the storylines and, how the birds and pigs are in the game. So yeah, they did actually a pretty good job in the, the first movie. Although in the sequel, on the other hand, as you may see from the trailers and whatnot, they try to do a very different approach. The sequel adds more unique characters and story elements that we never seen before in any other Angry Birds related media. And to be honest, I'm fine with this because the thing is, of course, the first movie already gave us everything we need to know about Angry Birds. It's all there. The birds and pigs are still the same as the games. So now, with them going to a different environment, it's okay because it's still the same birds and pigs. There really isn't that much change because you're still playing with the same deck of cards, just that now you're in a different playground, I guess you can say. So yeah, I actually really like this idea. Maybe other video game franchises can do this strategy with their movies. Who knows? Maybe that could work. I also want to say that the animation has improved since the last time we saw these versions of the Angry Birds. To be honest, it makes sense, of course, since it's a sequel. Of course, some things will be tweaked to become better, of course. Okay, of course, most notably the animation for an animated film. So yeah, they did it pretty good here. It's more vibrant and more colorful, and the expressions, as you can see, they're more expressive. Duh. So yeah, they did a pretty good job here. I also think that the jokes and gags have improved. They're much more memorable than the first film. Not saying that the first film is bad at all, but I can remember more jokes and gags in this film rather than in the first film. Yeah, I really like that, and plus it's not just for children and all that, and it's not just for teenagers. It's for everybody. Also, adults get to get a kick out of these jokes and gags as well. So yeah, fun for the whole family. So yeah, you should go check it out. It's a nice, fun movie to watch with family and for yourself as well. You can still enjoy it as well. Even if you're an adult, you can still enjoy it as well. So yeah, I also heard that a lot of people don't really like the first film, but I can see there's a lot of things that have improved that a lot of people have problems with the first one. So who knows? Maybe those people who hate the first one might have a kick out of this one instead. So yeah. We'll check it out. So yeah, so that's all for the non-spoiler review. So let's start off the spoiler review. Cue the spoiler warning. So let's start off the spoiler review with the story. So yeah, I actually really like what they did with the story here. It's basically following up from the first film, where Red has become a very popular hero now after he defeated pigs and get back the eggs. So yeah, people really like him now, unlike before when everybody didn't really like him. So Red of course enjoys this, but then suddenly pigs have a bit of a truce with the birds, and Ben doesn't really take this very well because he fears that he'll go back to his old status of being alone. So yeah, but later on when he goes through a journey to get his hero status back by rescuing both Piggy Island and Bird Island from this, new island called Eagle Island, he realizes that he's not alone, and he cannot defeat the eagles alone. He needs the true power of teamwork. So yeah, overall that's kind of a bit of a summary there for the story of this movie. And to be honest, it's not a bad story. I really like how they really follow up from the events of the first film. It's really good. I actually really like this. A pretty good follow-up story. So yeah, good. That's all I'll say. Now let's talk about some of the new characters of Angry Birds 2. Of course, we've got the new bird here, Silver. It's not exclusive to this movie. It actually appeared in Angry Birds 2, the sequel to the mobile game, not this movie. Yeah, I know it's a bit confusing. It's Angry Birds 2 and Angry Birds movie 2. It's two different things. But yeah, she's kind of a bit different from her game counterpart, but it still fits the movie very well. She's kind of like the brainiac of the group, but she's still pretty cool. So yeah, she's a pretty good addition to the cast of characters in Angry Birds 2. We've also got some new pigs in the group, tagging along with Leonard. They're not really necessary, to be honest. I mean, sure, they're cool and fun, but yeah, you can just replace them with regular pigs and there won't be any difference. But yeah, I also really like some of the eagles. I really like that we have a bunch of eagles and the big eagle islands. It's nice to expand some of the lore of the mighty eagle, because it's a bit weird that he's the only eagle, right, on Bird Island. So yeah, of course we have a big island with eagles in it. So yeah, it's really nice, and the fact that it's it's all ice cold and all that is actually pretty good. It's cool. It's actually pretty cool. A nice change of pace as well. So yeah, I really like some of the new characters and locations of Angry Birds 2. So yeah, overall there's actually a pretty good sequel. It deserves to have the 2 here right on this poster. But yeah, I kind of expected them to add more game elements into the sequel, like stuff that we didn't see in the first one. They can add it now in the second sequel. But yeah, they didn't go that route. They went for a different direction, and to be honest, I'm fine with it. As I mentioned earlier, it's a pretty good strategy. So yeah, it's a pretty good sequel to the first film. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Oh yeah, I remember now what the Interrupter told us to do. Oh, you remember now. So what did the Interrupter tell you to do? Well, he told us to distract you. Distract me? Distract me from what? I don't know, but I think he's gonna explain to you through that TV. What do you mean he's gonna explain it through the TV? Oh no, what's going on now? Hello there, Daniel. It is I, the Interrupter, back again. And I have captured some people. Look what I've captured. Excuse me?
Yes?
Are you watching Super Rocket?
Of course, I like this guy.
God damn it. Give me that.
Hey! That's mine!
Anyways, I've captured your friends and there's nothing you can do about it. Because I have your guns and I know your Infinity Glove is deactivated. So, haha, I'm gonna build an army and I'm gonna interrupt you until the day you die. Okay, that's a bit dark, but you know what I mean. Can that thing shut up? Lena? Yep, I got it, Daniel. I already hacked the transmission. I see here that he actually has a new base, so have you already found someone there that can help us out? Yep, I got it. I'm gonna call him right now. LD, we got a code orange. Come here immediately.
I got it. Hello.
Who is it? Oh my god!
I'm back.
And we're launching, and we're crashing. Let's hit the pigs till they all go pop. We're the best birds, but we're angry. If you take our eggs, we're never gonna stop. Every demon level we will get 3 stars and set you straight. Maybe find a golden egg and win until the next update. And the mighty eagle, I forgot about that one. Sorry.